Hey digital artists, in this video we're going to talk about our Google drawing of a turkey. This is a perfect project for November. I start off with making just one feather, and I kind of was inspired a little bit by like a peacock feather, so I used the shape tool and the line tool to create one feather. Then I looked up a turkey feather to get a little bit more inspired for the color gradients and the border colors of my one feather. I used custom gradients to make sure that my feather looked more turkey-like, using different shades of brown. Then I made a big shape for the body and I changed up the gradient. Then I used that feather and used duplicate to rotate and duplicate that one feather. I also made the feather a little smaller around the edges. I did one half, duplicated that half, and flipped it. So I typed up some tips on the side of your Google drawing to help you with creating your turkey. I started to work on the face, and I made the face large because I know that I can always resize my shapes in Google Drawing once I get them in the right spot. So I also looked up some pictures of a turkey face so that I could make the texture using some layered shapes. Don't forget to zoom in while you're working with your shapes so that you can rotate and adjust them. Then I use the fill color tool and the eyedropper tool to use my reference image and create some more gradients, and use the fill color tool to make the eyes. Then I resized it and shrunk it down. Then I found a reference image of feet. I used the polyline tool to trace the turkey feet. You could still use the shapes tool, but I thought it would make it more realistic if I used the polyline tool to create the feet of the turkey. And then I dragged it over, and then I could adjust them so that they match the proportions, and then create some gradients that made more sense for my turkey. Then I moved my reference images to the side, and I looked for some more reference images for the shapes of the wings. So this is kind of like the tail feathers, but I want to make sure that I have some shapes for the wings, so I used polyline to make these shapes for the wing. And then I changed the gradients for each of the wings directions to make it more interesting to look at, and then I was able to adjust it to fit my turkey's body. I flipped it and made it smaller for the other side. I also wanted to give him a neck, so I added a neck shape using polyline and a background. Don't forget, once you're done and you like it, you should sign your name and the year. Any last minute touches, you might want to adjust the borders. You can also write something that you're thankful for, or use this as a holiday card for Thanksgiving. Enjoy. I can't wait to see what you make in your Google drawing.